What's your favorite light novel? Mine is Doctor Strangelove or How I Learned How to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb. I know you guys love just starting right into it. I know you love the fever dream jokes that my brain comes up with. Um, Obviously, the all time classic is why do they keep making juice in cartons? How are you supposed to get the juice out of the corners? I woke up at 12:30, which is not like I went to bed at like 10:45. I woke up at 12:30 when my daughter was crying a little bit, and there was just one singular line in my brain, and it was this, and it's like verbatim, word for word, and I quote: "Was Barbenheimer like a good dad, or was he one of those guys too distracted building his atomic wall or whatever?" And I just kept, like, my brain just kept repeating it over and over and over and over. Was Barbieheimer like a good dad, or was he one of those guys too distracted building his atomic wall or whatever? I have no idea where it came from. I guess obviously there's been a lot of Barbie and Oppenheimer content on social media lately. I don't know. The brain is a mysterious thing. It's a mysterious thing. Why are people talking so much about these two movies? I don't know. It's like imagine if Snakes on a Plane came out, but it was actually good. At least from what the critics are saying. I am laughing at all the Oppenheimer discourse. None of these motherfuckers have seen the movies. They're like, why are they glorifying Oppenheimer? Have you seen all the promo material? The dude's in like a dimly lit room holding his face. People are like, I really hope Oppenheimer shows. Why are we making movies that glorify the construction of the atomic bomb? I'm like, excuse me. Are you trying to tell me that there were negative consequences to the atomic bomb? This is the first I'm hearing about it. The film is very pro nuke. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. I bet, because it's Christopher Nolan, I bet the film doesn't take a stand. By the way, you guys don't even know what it's like. If they made Oppenheimer in 1994, it would have been the most like rah rah, we rule, the enemies drool movie ever made. It would be an inspiring story about how like 8 plucky scientists came together to win the war single-handedly and dropped a bomb on the bad guys. You know, we're living in a much more nuanced era now, where like I'm sure he's gonna build the nuke and then he's gonna like be sad. In 1995, it would have won Best Picture, and it would have like exclusively been you people would have been in tears. They would be like, I didn't think that those 8 scientists could get the job done. You're gonna see Barbie or Oppenheimer? Listen, I'm bald and pale. I'm not gonna see either of them because we don't have like a babysitter. If I was going, I would like to see both of them. If I was going to see one of them this weekend, it would probably be Oppenheimer. Because I know what it's about and I like predictable stories. I don't know what's going on in Barbie. It doesn't threaten me. It just isn't my pack one, pick one. Plus, science is on my side. Not just because Oppenheimer's a scientist, but also because it has a higher Metascore and the higher Rotten Tomatoes firmness rating. As a result, the objectively right choice is to see Oppenheimer. So it is crazy to me that people keep tweeting insane stuff about Oppenheimer, though. They're like, the only way to see this movie is in IMAX, Dolby Atmos, with Subway Surfers on the one side of the screen. Bro, it literally took place at a time when everything was black and white. And you want me to roll out the red carpet to see it? It doesn't make any sense. People are saying it's the number 2 Chris Nolan movie right now. Yeah, but like a lot of people saying that have Dunkirk as their number 1. That's not my tempo. Dunkirk is actually, and this is not a good opinion, but it is true to myself. Dunkirk is my least favorite Christopher Nolan movie I've ever seen. Nobody has short-term memory loss. Nobody travels through time. Nobody gets does a heist 5 layers of dreams deep. Nobody dons a bat suit or anything like that. Nobody goes into outer space with a cool robot that looks like this. You know what I mean? I don't like. I thought Dunkirk was good, but it's not my ideal kind of Chris Nolan. I like the Chris Nolan stuff that he makes for like smart 12-year-olds. Anyway, where is I going with this one? I don't like the movies that he makes for British people who were alive for the Second World War. I like the ones that he makes for people who grew up watching Dragon Ball Z. Tenet #1 on your list? Nah, man. You gotta be honest. Like, this is not a cool guy take in 2023. #1 is The Dark Knight. Now, I'm not like that cape shit pilled, especially for DC stuff. So, like, both The Dark Knight Rises and Batman Begin slip down the list. It's not like it goes Dark Knight Begins, Dark Knight Rises. It probably goes like Dark Knight. Then for me, it's like Inception. For me, it's Inception, The Prestige, Memento, Interstellar, Dunkirk. Can I say something? Wait, I forgot Tenet. Tenet's above Dunkirk for sure, but below Interstellar. Maybe above Interstellar, I don't know. Here's some shit that's gonna fuck with you, okay? Batman Begins is a better movie than The Dark Knight Rises, but I am gonna put The Dark Knight Rises higher on my list. Because Batman Begins is kind of boring. Movies to watch Subway Surfers in the corner too. I don't like, you know why? Because for me, half of the Batman movie appeal is the villain. Joker, great villain. Dark Knight Rises, not a great movie. Bane, pretty good villain. Tom Hardy did a funny job at the very least. And I've seen Batman Begins like 3 times. I don't even know what he does. He's just a guy. He's just a nefarious guy. He's spooky. He's got bad vibes. What about the Scarecrow, though? Yeah, but the Scarecrow's in the movie. He's like the red herring. He's the bad guy. And then afterwards, they're like, no, actually, it's Liam Neeson in a suit, moving money through Swiss bank accounts or something like that. I don't want that. I want a dude who's like half crocodile or something like that. I want a dude who like can transform into mud or, something like that. I don't want just a guy who's like, I carry a lot of power I project into the world. It's fucking, you're fighting the dude in the bat suit. Be made of clay. Okay? What about Matthew Nolan? Is that the Nolan brother who's in prison for, like, killing somebody? For being a hitman? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. What if Liam Neeson in in Batman Begins was made of clay? Well, you don't need me to tell you that would make the movie better. You got eyes. He literally was, though. He's not, because he would have been forged in the fire at Wayne Manor. Instead, he was killed, except not really. If he was made of clay, then they would have gone back into Wayne Manor and like sifted through the ashes, and there would have been like Liam Neeson's face on like a pot or like a vase or something like that. And you'd be like, Batman would have put like the flowers from his parents' grave in the vase, and that would have faded to black and been the end of the movie. He was literally made of clay? What are you talking? You know what drives me? People are saying this is how it works in the comics. I know you're trolling me, okay? But the video of every clip I see of The Flash is against my will, and it always causes so many questions to rise up in my brain. The clip that I saw last night of the hospital falling over and the maternity ward gets tipped and all the babies fall out of the window, okay? So they're falling to their death. And then the Flash is like, I'm going to save them. And he's going super speed, and he looks at like one of the babies and is about to get like pierced by glass. And then there's another baby that's literally falling into like a jet of pure flame. And like all of the babies are in peril. There's like 10 of them. And then the dude just goes to the vending machine and punches the vending machine and starts eating Twix bars? So many of the replies were like, why is he eating snacks instead of saving the babies? And then blue check fucking, sorry, I call it like I see it, was like, in the comics, whenever the Flash enters super speed, his metabolism also proportionally enters super speed, so he needs to eat a lot of, okay, really, for him to run at the speed of light, he needs to eat 8 chocolate bars. Well, that's the way it worked in the comics. So these are movies that real people are going to see. Okay, it's not like a checklist that's like, does this fulfill all of the baseline rubric criteria from the cut? Like, this is entertainment for mass audiences, man. Because that's what I'm saying. He should have just eaten the babies. Or one of them, and then the sacrifice of the few for the good of the many. No way he could digest it that fast. His metabolism speeds up proportionally. So apparently, if you run 100 million times faster than the average person, you need to eat 10 times as much food. I don't make the rules. I'm not Jack Kirby. You'd know that if you read The Flash, issue 91 from 1973, where he and Invisible Girl get into hijinks together. Sorry, I thought in the modern era you could just pay $100 for a movie ticket and see like a 2-hour movie that stands on its own 2 legs. Apparently not. You need like so butt fucked with context from like 100 years of other media that you had to see in order to understand what's going on at all. And don't even get me started on the fact that every single shot looks like you're about to take control of your character in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, okay?
Encounter my ice block? Somebody's dead has countered my ice block. Somebody's trap card has countered my ice block. Guess they just countered my ice block. Oh yeah.